what's been on my mind. Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city light. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far.
Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to be sharing with you guys a bunch of freezer meals Mika and I are making. In the beginning I was talking while we were making them, but then my dad turned on a movie for him and the kids to watch and it was kind of loud, so I'll switch to a voiceover after a little bit. But we ended up making, I think, 28 freezer meals in an hour's time, and some of this we're just prepping and marinating meat. Some of it we're fully making and cooking meatballs. Some of it we're putting together lasagnas, just different things so that we have a variety of meals that we can grab and go if I get back to work. And, you know, it'll just make life easier. I do have a broken back, so for me, I need some easiness and convenience. I kind of needed to do this before anyway, just because life is busy when you have 5 kids, and we are about to be a family of 6 where mom is working part-time. 5 kids are going to be going to co-op twice a week. We're still going to be homeschooling in the evenings. We have church twice a week. Life is going to be busy for us, and I mean busy. And so I really wanted to get a whole bunch of meals made, or at least prepped, so that in the mornings before I go to work, if I work in the mornings, or maybe just before we jump into schoolwork, or before we leave for co-op, I can throw something in the slow cooker or take something and stick it in the fridge to thaw, so that that night I can just throw a lasagna in the oven, or maybe just if I put something in the slow cooker, I can just throw together, you know, some veggies or fruit or something on the side, and we can have that for dinner. And we also made some soup bags, even though it is summer. My kids love soup and I love soup, and we don't care if it's summer. So we made some veggie bags for soup, and they have, let me think if I can get everything remembered here. They have celery, carrots, mushrooms, leeks, shallots, onion, I think, corn, green beans, peas, I think is what she did in all of them. When we go back over the video, I'll show you guys. But they're just kind of a soup base. So we can dump that in the slow cooker and then add, you know, whatever meat we want, or no meat. Add broth, some seasoning, and we have soup. Or I can make a thicker broth in there and dump it into a pot pie with some diced up chicken that I canned or something like that. But any which way that it goes, it's going to save us a lot of time in the long run. And I need anything that's going to save my sanity right now with how chaotic life is. So let's jump into it, and I'll show you guys everything that Mika and I got together for freezer meals. So the first thing we did was make sure we had all of our ingredients out on the counter and ready to go. And now we are going to get busy and we are going to prep all kinds of meals. Mika and I are working on meal prepping a bunch of stuff for the freezer. I've got the steaks done. It's the only one that I pre-bought a marinade for. It's this Brazilian steakhouse marinade. I did the steaks in one bag with some, and I also did some with mushrooms, so we can just pull it all out the night we're going to cook it. She's working on some soup bags. So for these, she's going to do mushrooms, celery, leeks, carrots, and shallots in these. And then when we go to make our soup, we can just dump it in the slow cooker and add whatever protein and do our broth however we want to do it that day. For the steak and shrimp fajitas, we're going to add 1.5 tablespoons of fajita seasoning, 3 tablespoons of olive oil, the juice of 1.5 limes, and half of the cilantro to each bag, and then get these mixed up. I have already sliced bell peppers and onions in the freezer, so we'll just pour some of those into each pan when we make these. So here are our fajitas, our steak, and our mushrooms ready for the freezer. I'm doing 2 bags of lemon garlic asparagus. I did 2 of the 10-ounce bags of asparagus in each one. I'm going to add, I don't know, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a tablespoon of minced garlic, and half of one of these giant lemons juice to them. And then on the day that we eat them, we'll just put them in a sheet pan and roast them. So here are the 2 bags of asparagus going to go in the freezer. For these slow cooker chicken tacos, I have 3 breasts in here, some cilantro, the juice of a lime, and I just used this taco seasoning we had in the cabinet because it was quick and easy. I added some extra cumin, I added some olive oil as well, and some minced garlic, and we'll just cook and shred this up, and it can go in tacos or taco salads later. Okay, for the lemon garlic chicken, in one bag I have tenders, in the other I have drumsticks. I added a heaping tablespoon of garlic to these, a heaping tablespoon of parsley to these, and the juice of 2 lemons, and some olive oil, and we are going to get these in the freezer. Mika did 3 bags of soup vegetables. They have frozen corn, green beans, and peas in them, and then she cut up and added shallots, leeks, celery, carrots, and mushrooms, and those are going in the freezer. I am cooking up 2 pounds of ground turkey with some cilantro, some onion, and I'm going to season these up for turkey tacos. For the next thing, I'm doing fried drumsticks, which we're not actually going to fry. We're going to bake or air fry them. But this is a cup of flour and a cup of breadcrumbs with a bunch of chicken drumsticks. They are ranch seasoned breadcrumbs, and so I'm not going to season those, but they will be breaded and ready to bake or air fry later. And then I did 2 bags of barbecued chicken drumsticks, and I used this sugar-free barbecue and just poured about half a bottle in each one, and those are all 3 ready for the freezer. Next, Mika is making 3 pounds of turkey meatballs. She's adding these Kinder's Parmesan herb breadcrumbs and a little bit of these from Aldi. She added some garlic and some parsley to these, and she's adding Italian seasoning, 1 egg, and she's going to get this mixed up and get those in the oven. And then I just got my cooked turkey into a bag and in the freezer. The next thing we're doing is honey mustard chicken thighs. So I put all these chicken fries in a Ziploc bag. I added 2 good tablespoons of this mustard. I added some olive oil. I added probably a cup of honey and 2 or 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, and that's going in the freezer. Mika just got her meatballs made and got those into the oven. They're going to cook at 350 until they're 165 degrees. And then I've got 4 more meals made. I did some Mississippi chicken, and it is just some chicken with pepperoncini peppers, ranch seasoning, and I went ahead and chopped up a carrot into each one. And then over here I did 2 more bags of chicken wings, but these are a sesame ginger chicken wing. I added ginger, sesame oil, coconut aminos, green onion, and one of those is breast and one is drumsticks. And that got 2 bags of that into the freezer and 2 bags of the Mississippi chicken in the freezer. And I went ahead and added some mushrooms to the Mississippi chicken. The next thing is orange cumin chicken, and Mika managed to get this whole chicken into a Ziploc bag. I don't know how, but she got it in there. We put in half of a container of frozen orange concentrate, a tablespoon of cumin, some salt and pepper, and that is going to marinate, and we'll bake it later. Now I'm going to do 2 bags of salmon. One's going to be a sesame ginger salmon. One is going to be a lemon garlic salmon. This one is honey, sesame oil, some garlic, coconut aminos, and green onions. And then in this one we have olive oil, lemon juice, garlic, pepper, and lemon slices, and we put salmon in both of those. They're going in the freezer, and Mika bagged up her turkey meatballs to go in the freezer as well. Now I'm working on some lasagnas. I cooked some ground turkey with some onions, mushrooms, and spinach. I have some ricotta and egg. I have some shredded up mozzarella cheese and ragu pasta sauce and garlic and Italian seasoning, and I'm just going to layer this pretty quickly into my pans and just do layers of meat and cheese and sauce and ricotta and noodles and get them in the freezer, and we'll have 2 freezer lasagnas made. And this rounds out our freezer meals and our 1 hour of cooking, and that got us 28 meals and 2 sides of asparagus that now we have prepped and in the freezer, and that's going to save us so much more than an hour's time later. And I'm so excited and happy that we got that done. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment if you want to chat, and I'll see you guys next time with another new video. Bye.